Right, so part 2, again we have the lovely Michelle Donnelly on, and Michelle had just asked a question and we left you on a bit of cliffhanger, so do you want to ask the question again?
Yeah, so the question is, when you told your kids, what was their reactions?
So with the 2 younger ones, they obviously don't know what's going on. The 12-year-old and the 10-year-old, the 10-year-ld just couldn't stop crying. Like she was hysterical. My mum and dad was with us when we told them, and they knew, the both of them said when they came into the beatsing, because it says like cancer on the sign, so the both of them can read, so they knew that it was something bad, and they already hadn't seen me for a few days before.
So that out of sorts, they know mum's not here. Like mum's always here. Like why is mum not here?
They knew there was something all right. And the 12-year-old just kind of went really, really quiet. And then, I don't know when.
Do you know what?
It's emotional.
It's so raw. But do you know what? I bet you these kids are just such a credit to you as well, because I bet you they've just, they'll rise to the occasion. And do you know what, Michelle, without even knowing, sorry, I'm going to catch you.
Oh my God.
Without even knowing it, you're growing such strong wee humans, because you're going to get over this. You are going to come back fighting, stronger, better, and see these wee people who've watched you doing that, they're going to follow suit. You're going to have such warrior kids.
It was just the 10-year-old. She just said, "Are you going to die?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to be fine."
And that's a lot for you.
That was harsh. Like she stopped crying once I said I wasn't going to die. Basically,
she's looking for reassurance. She's looking for that wee bit of reassurance.
But that was hard to like no cry at that time.
Yeah,
because you're trying to tell them in a sense not to worry them, but need to let them know kind of type thing. And I think it's. You've obviously got the two kids there. One's went one way, like completely upset, and one's went really, really quiet. How did you kind of navigate and make sure the 12-year-old was okay? Because obviously you're kind of, I think sometimes you would prefer them to kind of scream and shout because then their emotions are coming out.
I know. Well, we like that. Everybody was all around them all.
The both of them,
because obviously I was in the hospital. We were actually due to go on holiday like a week later. So my mum and dad took them on holiday just to get them away. So that was quite good. That
so
kind of
good family support in that then.
And I know we're talking about the kids, but what about Ryan? How does Ryan cope?
I mean, Ryan, anybody that knows Ryan is a really laid back guy. He's a very hands-on dad anyway. But like most guys, they don't do
the nappy change and the
he does bits around the house, but he's a guy at the end of the day. So there was times where he was phoning me like, how do I do this? Like, do you know what I mean? Where's all this washing coming from? And I'm like, well, that's what happens.
Put it in the washing machine, come on.
And he was obviously having to do my washing and bring me up stuff. And like, he would bring me, God love him, like, he would bring me food and he would say, like, what do you want? And I would say, I don't know. And then he would bring me something. I'd be like, that's not what I wanted. And I was like, but you didn't tell me what you wanted. And
you're like, for God's sake, but I don't want that.
So I'm like, God love him.
You're probably feeling so frustrated that it's probably coming across that you're frustrated with him as well when you're not. You just want to be at home with him and you just want to you want to be the one doing the washings, and as much as you hate, you're like, am I saying that out loud? But
it's like wee things like that you take for granted when you're not well, like you're going through a lot, because we'll come on and we'll be like that, you do everything for Chris, and like you're running about being a mum and all that, and you're like but when that's stripped away from you, it's the things that you actually appreciate doing.
I know
it is. It's the things that you look at and go, is that getting done right? Is it? And it's not that as well. Having girls, it's you're like, is their hair getting done right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so you're sitting in there thinking about this stuff rather than probably focusing on
getting better, which was quite good, because my mind, I don't know if that's what actually helped me get through treatment.
Yeah,
like the full time I've been in the hospital, I've always had something to focus on.
Yeah.
So like when I was in during the summer, I was in for the full summer holidays, and because they went on holiday with my mum and dad, like Ryan, God love him, was FaceTiming me. And I had ordered all this stuff for us going on holiday, and I'm saying to him, like, it's in this cupboard, it's in that cupboard, that outfit goes with that outfit, because I like them all matching and colour coordinated and all that. And then they were starting school, so I had to order all the school uniform.
So you were still essentially sitting in a
so I was sitting just like ordering all this stuff, but it was keeping my mind
going. You're still being a mum from your hospital bed.
As much in control as I could be.
Yeah. So you and see, the thing is, that's probably massive as well though, but because it is things like that there, if God forbid, I always think this, if it was to happen to me, it's even before I go a trip at the weekend, I've got all Ali's football gear there. I've got all our school stuff sitting. I've got everything. So that Chris
even
literally just needs to go.
Even if I'm going to work, I need to text Paul about 5 times a day because he's like, what time's her dancing? I'm like, I've already told you at 5 o'clock. Like, so so you're sitting in a hospital, like, you know, organising the full way.
And do the kids have hobbies? Like, do they try and have to do all that as well? Like,
Again, the first time it wasn't too bad because it was the summer holidays, all the clubs were off. It's the times after that I've been in that he struggled more because the clubs are on, they're at school. One's at high school, two's at primary, one's at nursery, they're all at different times, so finish at different times.
And is your mum and dad able to come in and help with that? And like your
my
sisters
mum and dad are great, and like
good.
I've got 3 sisters and a brother, everybody helps.
It's good that you've got good support because you need that.
Like,
and has Ryan got support? Because I know we're having a laugh and a joke and stuff, but at the end of the night as well, he's thinking probably
he's having to process stuff.
Yeah, so has he got that kind of support that he can talk to? Because especially with men, they tend not to talk and just say, I'm fine.
I know, and Ryan can be a bit like that as well, and that's something that the hospital actually said to us. They offer you like support and counselling sessions and everything. They said that it's not really at this point, it's later on when the treatment's finished that people take a wee bit of a dip, and that's when they need
because right now he's in flight mode. He's in, I need to be there, I need to be strong, I need to...
absolutely.
But I think now it is starting to take its toll on him a wee bit because
I love the fact he's went away a night. I loved that. I honestly loved that. I was like, when I seen it, I was like, you need that. He needs that as well.
It was really nice, but again, we had to get up to go to a hospital appointment in the morning, so I'm like, we're really hoping to get away on holiday like in February once my treatment's done, but
well deserved, that's
it would be so 100%. Nice, just because it's been a full on.
It's been a journey.
The kids need to see fun mum, fun dads, and see when you go away on holiday, you know yourself, like if there's anything happening back home, it doesn't come with you because you go away and you're lighter, you're just in a different zone from obviously you are back home. So the kids probably need to see that as well.
I know.
They're probably like, let's get fun.
Like you said, it's almost that fight or flight mode, isn't it? Your body just goes into overdrive. I think especially being a mum of 4 kids, gosh, I know how hard it is with just the 2 of them, but you've obviously got 4 plus like one of them's so young.
I know.
And your body must, and your mind just must go into that fight or flight, like I have no choice but to keep going.
Keep going, that's the thing.
And do you feel a bit like envious of the fact that you've probably not had that time with the wee one as much as you did? Do you know what I mean? Like, because you're sitting going, I'm having to focus kind of more on myself than and time goes fast into it, so you probably feel as if you're just not winning, like, no. But you really are. Do you know what I mean? You're doing everything.
I feel a wee bit, and I think we're all guilty of saying, oh, we'll do that, and then you don't do it. So I'd been saying for ages I was going to take him swimming, and I was always too busy to take him swimming, and now he's like 13 months old and I can't take him swimming right now. And I'm like, I should have just took him swimming.
You're beating yourself up a wee bit.
So now, see, I'm very much like, see, for something you want to do, just go and do it. Like, why are you waiting on it not being raining or something? Like, just go and do it.
Even like taking him to a swimming lesson, you sitting at the side watching him, is such a precious moment. Do you know what I mean? So there might not be, do you know what I mean? It's just like trying to probably change your what's norm to you to then changing it to what's not so norm. But let's do this because he's just that's his norm. He's just a wee person. Do you know what I mean? So he's just genuinely, he just sees you as being his mum and he loves you to bits. That's it. But I can imagine that where you're probably feeling I get robbed out of loving him the same way I did my kids. Like, no loving him, but that special time.
There's certain things that I've done with them that I've not done with him. Or like when it was his first birthday, I got took into hospital the next day, and I never really felt that great on his first birthday. So it's wee things like that. But
you just kind of think to yourself, well, that's what I think you should think to yourself. Although you feel like maybe missing out on these some things, but you're focused on yourself so you can be there for the rest of it. Do you know that way? And he needs the strongest mum he can get, and you're amazing.
100%.
You're going to make such strong human beings. Let's see your girls. I just think they're going to look at you, because I always say that. Like, my mum was always just me. My mum was like, she never went through anything like that, but she was just the backbone of everything. Do you know what I mean? And I look at her and I think that's how I'm so strong. Like, because I'm just like, I was raised by someone so strong. So I just think, if your kids are watching you doing this, they're going to take life in the chin, because they're just going to be like, my mum's a superhero.
I mean, I really hope so, but do you know that way you get that saying that people would go, oh, you only get handed the card that you can do away, and it's because you're so strong. And I'm like, well, like, I'm done being strong. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't give me any more to deal
stop
with.
it. Enough's enough. I've had my fair share.
That's a saying of, you're doing well. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I get that, because I always think of like folk that genuinely, like, there's someone on TikTok now, you'll know, and he does makeup, right? But he's not getting limbs. Have you seen him? And he manages to do his own makeup, his own hair.
He's got no limbs.
I'm not kidding. Like, nothing at all. His mouth. His mouth with absolutely everything. I need to find him and show you, right? And I watch him and I'm going, he's married to this great guy as well who kind of looks after him and stuff. I know, right? But he's magical, right? But I'm sitting and I think the same and I'm like, he's such a positive human. Like, look, seriously, like, he probably works out more than me. And I'm like, I don't know. You need to watch him. But I'm just, I think it is like where people are going, it's the same if somebody's doing better than somebody, they'll turn around and go, I wish that was me, or I wish that wasn't it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is your hand and it's how you deal with it and whatever, but as you said, enough's enough now. I know. I'm kind of like at my limit now.
That's the kind of way I feel, because I've been through other stuff like in the past, and I just think like, I mean, no,
give a break.
But it's always me, like out of like me, my sisters, and my brother. I'm always the one that thinks happened to you, or I don't know, like, just it could be daft things, and I'm like, right, come on, just give me a break. Like, no more, thank you. And I really hope that I don't need to deal with anything like this again. But I always remember there was one doctor that seen me away at the beginning. I actually seen him when I was in that a couple of weeks ago. And he said that you could get two people that's got the same diagnosis. One could be really, really positive, and the other one's not so positive, and they have two different outcomes.
I think it's hard because
their treatment and all that's the same.
Yeah. So the doctor told me that with my mum, and as I said, my mum was in a coma, and I always remember him phoning me and he goes, "What's her favourite music? Tell me a bit about her."
I remember doing that.
And I was like, right. Now, I just couldn't, do you know that way? But I remember asking this question and it sent me, like, literally sent me. And I says to him, what's our chances? And he's like, there's 1 in 3 that walk out. And that was me. I was gone. I was like, my partner who took the phone, and we'd been apart for 3.5 years. We just got back together. So he was like my rock. Like, he was just dealing with everything. And I remember that's what he said to me on the phone. He was like, I'll sing Lewis Capaldi to her. I'll talk about her grandkids, and it's up to her, Sharon. He's like, even in a coma, it's up to her if she can get through this. And I was like, really? He's like, it's no anything to do with treatment. He says, we're giving them all the same. He's like, it's just up to her. And I was like, wow. And she's here. So,
I think it's such an inspiration that you are like you keep going, like everything, like Sharon said, like so positive, so inspirational, and so many people are looking at you and going, wow, like they're in awe of you, like absolute awe.
During this full time, like I probably had maybe 2-3 days at max that I've spent like totally in my bed. And even if I didn't feel that great, like the day, for example, I've got a bit of the cold, I just try and get up and go on with it, because I think you feel worse sometimes lying about.
You do.
And then you spiral a wee bit.
I always say that to my kids, because obviously, like, see if you get like, I get migraines and stuff, right? So I always go to the chiropractor for them because it helps me. And I always say to them, see if they're sick, I'm always like, try and move about.
Just try and get up
and
and
I never take paracetamol. And so see if I take like a paracetamol, because I always remember watching my mum and she never took a pill for anything unless she was like really, do you know what I mean? Like, so that's me now, and I try to do that with the kids, because I'm like, try and move about. And me and one of my pals had COVID at the same time, and my pal did not move from her bed, and I was still getting up and still thinking, and my COVID, I know it sounds terrible, the two had really bad COVID, but hers was worse because she just lay there. Do you know what I mean? So she just lay there and just...
I find that as well, like, obviously I've got lupus, and I'm working like these shifts, so I'm on immunosuppressants as well, so there is times where you're like, I really can't, but you need to get up. And I think that there is the days that you lie in your bed and you kind of feel sorry for yourself, as the days you feel 10 times worse, mentally and physically.
There's no cure for lupus, is there? Right, so that's what we were talking about earlier. You're actually going through a critical illness then, yeah?
Chronic
illness, taking medication for it. Nothing's getting better. Do you know what I mean? So you're just
managing it, basically.
Yeah, you're just managing it. So, but do you know what? I just want to thank you so much for like coming in. 1, you're not well, and 2, just sharing your story, because when we started this podcast, listen, the likes, the shares and all that, it's absolutely phenomenal, but it needs to be relative to us. And I just think you're so relative. Like, I love watching your stuff. I love seeing the stories you share about Ryan, the kids, and you're just inspirational, and I want you to think of that anytime that you're feeling down. Like, you inspire so many people. So many
I really
people.
hope so, and that's why I shared on TikTok, is just to help people and advocate, and hopefully when I go back to studying, that's the kind of midwife I want to be, is like listen to people when they're telling me, or they come and see me, that they say,
and you can say
this doesn't seem right, then I'll advocate for them. Do you know what I mean?
Push as much as you can.
That's part of the job.
I think that's, and so is that your plan, to start going back to, like, once you're...
So I'll go back, I'm due to go back to uni in June.
Right, okay.
And I will finish, like, I'm
determined.
someday, if I start something, I'll finish it. Even if I end up not being a midwife, I'll still get the degree.
You've completed it.
You will. And what about the treatment? When is the end treatment?
So hopefully I'll finish my chemo at the end of January.
Right, bro.
So I'll be getting treatment right through Christmas, which is a bit rubbish.
But do you know what?
But I'll not be in the hospital, hopefully.
This will be the last Christmas.
Fingers crossed.
Aye.
This will be the last Christmas.
That you'll have to deal with it. Aye.
And then I can put it to bed, and hopefully it'll never come back.
Well, I think we should definitely have you in again in the next 6 months. See how well you're doing. See the difference, yeah. I know.
See if I'm bald by then.
No, you're going to smash it. You really are. As the doctor said, it's about having that great mindset. And I know, like, when you're going through stuff like that, trying to have a great mindset, it's not always, you're not always capable of doing that.
No,
but
definitely.
you are just living proof that you are capable of doing that. So keep doing what you're doing, and we have loved having you on.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, girls.
So grateful.
Thank you.
First guest, and what I want to have. So
I know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, fantastic.